Well, here we go again, and I mean here we go again, because this is the second narration I've done. Let's hope this one comes out. Okay, as you can see, I had the boxing section for the back of the van. I cleaned them up and got them ready to go in. Up stacks, I bought all the screws, fittings, white spirits, all the ring cups, screws, and all the bits and pieces that I was going to need for cutting the wood. Needless to say, I also bought loads of plywood. I got all the screws out and ready to go, because every bit of this fitting the panels, there needs to be a different screw. After you drill the hole for the screw, you stick that needle in and you test the depth that you can have to decide what size screw you're going to use. There's the back panel fitted and the roof fitted. The roof I had to cut myself because it never come. The van just had 2 panels in. The floor had a wooden floor in, which I cut and put in place, and that now would be the base for the cupboards. There's the box sectioning going on in over the wood arch. The wider section at the top there is where the wardrobe is going to be. And that side is the bottom section of where the bed's going to go. And there's the other section with the wood arch boxed over. You've got to box everything in, because any metal you get condensation. Okay, behind the driving seat there's the wardrobe starting to go in. And there is the wardrobe with the shelves fitted. All these panels, when I put them in place, I draw the shape of them with what I call a distance pencil. There's the back section going in. That's the framework for the cupboard, the drawers, the sink, the fireplace, and the cooker space. Okay, there's the sectioning going in. I'm now getting ready to make the bed. I got through no end of those things. The screws I bought are really good screws, and they're top quality and stronger than the fittings. So they wore those little brackets away. There is the framework. Only a light framework, but the actual woodwork itself makes that a strength. There's the panel in between what will be different cupboards or different boxes for storage. There's the back bit going in now, which goes to the shape of the van, and the 2 bed hinges. You've got the bottom bed, which is down all the time, which is what you sit on in the daytime, and the top one there with the space behind it is where the mattress folds up in the daytime with my duvet. Okay, there's the first section at the front of the van fitted. And there, as you see, the front seat is sectioned off from the bed. That'll eventually have a window cut in it going through to the front seat though, to let more light in. But because roller blinds are going to go down there, I need that boxed off so my feet don't kick the roller blind all night when I'm asleep. The bed is 6 foot 2 inches long, so plenty of room for me. I'm only 5'8". The other van, as I say now, it had no drawer in for nice forks and spoons, so that was a must in this van. There's the fire goes in place. And in the daytime it won't go in there. I'll be cutting 2 vents through there for fans. There's a little sink in place above the fire unit. And there's the cooker where it'll go when it's eventually fitted. There's 2 cupboards there, that'll be basically the food cupboards. I get 16 cans of food in there, which is more than enough for what I carry. I buy most of my food by the day, but I like to carry things like beans and spuds and tins of fish. There's where the knife and fork drawer go. Here's the front of the cupboard going on now. It's going to be sliding doors because I got fed up with opening doors, engine doors, into a little van. It's a pain in the ass. So there you go, sliding doors. Everything that slides open, shut, and that'll hold 16 cans of food, as I say, which is more than enough for what I want, along with what I can store in the roof above there when I build the shelves along the top there. That's all got to be boxed over first. As I say, no metal must be shown inside the van, otherwise you get condensation terrible. That's the cooker unit been padded out with and the cooker unit. The top's been made level, and all it wants now is the work surfaces to go on there. There's the front of the wardrobe. There's the front of the wardrobe with it cut out for the cupboards. There's the other front of the wardrobe, which has now got to be cut out to match the first original front. And then that front there now goes over the top of the other front, and in between all those like little arms bits sticking out goes a spacer that the sliding doors will run on. And once they're done, it's all varnished and it'll all be oiled. There it is now. That'll all be greased with wax. There's how to make the unit up, and the cupboards, there they go, fitted. They slide in and out. Once it's all varnished, they'll all have wax wiped on them and they'll slide nicely. So there's the cooker fitted. Those little cookers are only like, that one I think I bought for like 11 quid. And a gas bottle works out about 90p to me now. I buy them in bulk. I just bought a whole box of them ready for the summer. That top cupboard now will be for my computer and my laptop. My laptop and my tablet and all the fittings. That's all be wax oil, as I say there. I'm pointing that out. Now there's the framework going in for the three cupboards above the cooker. Now these will have hinged doors, but they're hinged downwards. But as they're up in the air, they're not a pain. They won't get in the way with the dogs. Now building the partition from the front of the van to the back of the van. In the night time, when the roller blinds shut down, I wouldn't want no light showing from the back to the front, because it is a stealth camper after all. So nobody must know I'm sleeping in the back. That bit there stays in place permanently, and it puts the light in the back. Now that bit, as I say, there's a bit that folds away now. That bit folds away behind the seat. In the daytime it comes out away. Now the seat can come back and give me the driving room I need, but at night it comes out so the roller blind can go down and no light can get through. There's the seat rest, comes back. At night that comes round, locks in place. There's another bit that goes across the bottom, and that stops the light getting out of the van, so when I'm parked up in town or anywhere, it just looks like it's an empty van. And I have tested, the light doesn't show through the vent. When the vent's fitted eventually, it doesn't show out, because all the lights actually point down inside the van when it's finished. There's the bottom shelf put in, well, the bottom of the top cupboards. And there's the front of the top cupboards fitted. Bit of fancy work. I broke the middle bit, I smashed it with my head, so there's a little bit less fancy work now than what there was, but it looks good. Now this is working out how to put the cupboards in above the bed. And now the bed on the daytime, the actual bit that is the bed, folds up and a bolt in place up there, and that gap behind there is where the mattress and the duvet go in the daytime. As I say, I've always got the dogs with me, and the last thing I want is them jumping all over my mattress. And the other reason for putting the partition in between the seat and the back is because to get into the front where Lyra sits, she won't have to sort of get on top of the work unit, the seat unit there. There's the bolt hinges, that holds it all up. I need one more bolt to go there, and that's where the mattress fits in the daytime with the duvet and my pillow. At night it drops down. There's the back of the bed now. As you see, it's like 3-4 inches wider than what the base of the bed is, so it gives me a nice wide bed. I bought a new mattress for it. It's memory foam mattress, and that's all ready to go, ready to be put in. There's the little cupboards now. Note the wire there, that's put in place ready for if I do want any power put through to the back. So at any later future date I can put power through to right to the back of the van there. There's the other bit in the back. It's coming on. Now at the back where the door comes, I've got to panel all that, because and as I say, any metal inside the van at night it'll be cold and it'll condensate. Now this behind there is where the lights go. I need to get in there to get all my bulbs, and that back bit does actually come out, 4 screws, and it comes out so I can get my bulbs. Now I'm working out where the water bottle is going to go in the back here. That'll be the water bottle and the outlets for the taps and the sink. This will actually be the water bottle in there, and this section I'm cutting now will be made into like an L-shaped section. There it is in position. Just waiting for a bolt now on the top there, which will hold it in place. And because of this, it's sort of like triangulated in there. Once that bolt's locked, it can't come out. The whole thing will stay in place. There's the cupboards now above the bed. That's the panel separating the cupboards. So each cupboard's got a separator. And there's the water space unit with the bolt on. All the little bolts and things I ran out of, I keep going up and buy separately. Now there's a few fancy bits, trying to get rid of all the cut edges. Now this is the actual work surface this fit. So far they're just varnished, but I might be putting a Fablon on top of them. I haven't made my mind up yet. But varnish, if it gets messed up, is messed up, whereas Fablon, when it's messed up, you can just rip it off and put new Fablon on. In a bit of a mess there, but I'm still working on the van, but here we go. Now I took the two back windows out. I was going to panel the windows with metal, but I decided I'll keep the glass in and I'll fit the cupboards so they got like you know, access to seeing it out whenever I want it. But because it's a stealth camper, I still made it so as on the night time when I'm in there with lights on, you want me to see them even out through the windows. That's the little sink fitted. I've got to have a sink and a fitted cooker. If I don't, I've got to pay £13–14 to go over the Severn Bridge. Whereas as it is now, I just paid a £6 as a camper. There's a little bolt fitted and that'll lock in place. Now there's the cupboards above the bed. Simple little drop downs and little swivels. You've seen those little swivels. If you look online to buy them on eBay, they're like, for one of those swivels it's like £2.40. I buy them down my place where I get all my stuff from my business contacts. I buy 2 of them in a packet for 90p, I think it is. So thank God I bought quite a few of them because each cupboard's got one. There's the little cupboards. The brass work, actually, all the brass fittings were a bit too much, but when I stained it all up, funny enough, it don't look so bad. And all the ring cuts on the screws. 600 I used in total, and I still need a few more. Sorry, I got hiccups. Still need a few more to do the front mat where Lyra sits. There's one of the doors. That's the passenger door fitted with its panel. Once I cut the panel for one door, I reversed it and I had the panel for both doors. So same again, you bolt the panel in position but offset 45 degrees, and then you run a distance pencil all the way around it, you get a perfect match. Distance pencil is just a pencil on the end of a set length of rod or stick, string or whatever you want to call it. There's working out the window now. You can see now why I took the glass out. To get this all worked out nice and tight, I needed better work from both sides. Okay, there's the door now. The window's finished. And there's little fancy frilly bits which are fit tight up against the rubber. So now you can see why there's no gaps. It looks really nice now. That's not tinted windows. It's the windows out the other van out the front. It's the actual rubber tint, but it'll do the job. Now the passenger door, there's a little window going in, but it's going to be on a slide. It's not staying an open window. So they say at night I need to shut the windows, totally blacked out, and that window. No curtains going on there. That'd be panels going over the paper one. That's to give you some idea of what the van's like from inside. Working out there, but some days it's been really freezing cold, so all the offcuts of wood in my wood burning stove, which I don't know if you've seen me making that on my YouTube channel. I get quite a few hits on that and it earns me a few bob. But there's the woodwork going in above the door now. As I say, every bit of metal's got to be covered, otherwise you get condensation terrible in these campers. All done in little sections to allow for the shaping, because you can't bend it. Well, you can. A certain amount of it I did bend, but there's the slide fitted in the passenger door. So at night, if I hear any noises outside, I can just slide that one down and look out. Now the other door, behind the driver's door with the window, there's a panel that fits in it. It goes in on against 2 clips on the left hand side and 2 bolts on the right hand side, and it comes out in the daytime. You can see out through. There again, now finishing down inside the wardrobe where the sliding doors go in and come out the side. You can see all the ends because there's 3 panels of wood there making that up, so there's some fancy bit there down the sides to sort of try and hide it. And there's the doors going. There's the units above the bed, and there's the unit, the bed itself up now, and the mattress to go in behind there. As I said, I don't know what I said, I bought a new mattress, put a new cover on it, and it's all ready to go. There is the separator that separates the back from the front there. That's the cupboards above the cooker. One job I must do before I do any serious travelling is I've got to make up a heat shield that fits above the cooker. When you lift the cooker top up, you then open up the aluminium sort of vent. Right, there's the back separated from the front, and we now put a window in and the bottom piece along, so when the roller blind comes down, that folds away in the daytime. When the roller blind comes down, it totally segregates the back from the front. No light showing. Stealth camper van. There's a little sink. There's a little fitting I bought. I drilled the sink out. But it's only a basin, a stainless steel basin, and there it is in place. I did fit it, and I fitted the tap there, and then I realised I forgot to order a water pump. So that went on hold while I varnished the van. I sat around waiting for the water pump to come. So there's the van at different stages of varnishing. I was a bit disappointed with the varnishing because this water-based stuff, it looks nice, but it ain't as good as like an old-fashioned church type varnish, if you know what I mean. All the doors are open because they're all wet, like, I got away from the dry. The woodwork now is, see around the doors. When the doors are shut inside, all you can see is the black rubber of the doors all the way around. There's no metal showing anywhere inside the van. There you go. That's the bed units down. There's the back door, stained. Oh, the light actually reflects off of this, so it looks better in real life, you know. And it looked better after it dried, but too much light from the big arc light I'm using. There's all the cupboards out up with screws, that's because they're drying. As I say, I should have waited for all to dry before I filmed it really, but it all looks nice. It'll do the job. Thing is, and there's the separator now. That little bit running on the bottom there is what separates the back of the bed here. When the door's shut, that end bed there to the door, it's got a little piece of wood that goes across, maybe pillow to rest against. There's the outlet for the water, the sink, and the tap pump. Now here's the skylight going in now. Bit sick really. When I went out and put the roof rack on today, I realised the roof rack fell across the top and the front of this fence, so it only opens up one way now, which is not a problem. Got a built-in fan now as well, which I haven't showed, but there's an electric fan that goes in there, and it can blow the air in or out, whatever I want. There's the vent fitted in place, and waiting for the bottom section to go in. There it is in place, held in with 8 screws, I think it is, and there it is in position. But as I say, it'll only open up it won't open up on all 4 points now. Right, I'm just waiting for the water pump. That's where the water pump will go when it comes. And as you know, I took the tap piping out ready. When it comes, I'll fill it. But in the meantime, I fitted the sink. I fitted the aluminium above the flame, stop the flame hitting. and I fitted the fire full time, plus I put aluminium sheeting around the back of it, and when the fire goes in, it sits on lugs at the bottom. The handle of the fire goes down and it's on 2 hooks, and then that bit of wood swivels round and holds them inside the hooks. So you knock that down, now the handle can't come out, it's fully fixed and tight. There you go. That's the fire fitted. Those 2 holes now are where the fan's going to go, 2 little fans, and when the fire's on it'll just blow air down and spread the heat around, all around the van, because otherwise the heat from these sort of fires would just come out and go straight to the roof of the van and you won't feel no benefit. But the fans are so slow you won't actually feel them, but they will just place the air around the van. Well, my throat's killing me, I must have a quick drop of tea. There's the and there's 3 outputs for 12 volts and an SD outlet. There's the blind down. That's a total blackout blind, so when it's down no light shows through. That's in the halfway position, and there it is, fully open. Now in the daytime when I'm driving, that section there on the left against the wardrobe will fold away. There's the fire fitted, the cooker fitted, and all shuts down. Now the water pump come. That was great because the varnish just finished drying, so now I've got to get in there and put the water pump in, which I forgot to film. There's the fan that goes in the roof vent, and then the front of the van, which is where Lyra sits, there's 2 cupboards with a lid on, and Lyra sits on the lid. That cupboard there now, that'll be where all my jacks and my pumps and my ropes and my jump leads all goes. Now this is just a normal family cooler, a picnic box sort of thing. Been cut down a size so as it'll fit underneath the bed for my milk and all my bits and bobs to go in. There's the front finish, that's where Lyra sits when we're travelling. She loves sitting on the front, she knows when I'm going to break and see her little feet going out ready. But there's the box now, and as I say, that's where all my tools will go. I used to keep them in the back, but I realised if I ever broke down on the road, I need to get at them. I need to be able to get at them from the curb side, not from the back of the van or the driver's side. Now the front there, normally I'll keep me wetsuit in there with dog food, but basically I've yet to discover where to put everything. Right, the last thing I did, I went down the other day and I bought a brand new battery, 510 amp, cold starting, and £33. There's the van now out the front, and I just spent 6 hours, and she is now fitted out with everything from the white van. Everything I need is in there. You can't see nothing because it's all got its own little cupboard. Everything's in a place. And one of the last things I remember to add is I drink my water. I never drink the pumped water. That's for washing up and for the dogs. I always drink out of fresh water bottles. Today the last job I did was the roof rack, and that's on now and fitted. And there's the sheet of what the van actually cost. The top list is what it cost to put her through the MOT, and the total cost with the MOT was £467.98p. And then the bottom list, this list here, is what it cost to fit her out inside, and that comes to £267.56p. Now bear in mind, everything I buy I get at a third of the price, because I get it at me Stacks. Everybody knows Stacks. I still got my business account with them from when I used to have my business. So basically everything I buy I get some of the stuff at a third of the value. So this lot, the total cost of 200, probably more like £500 if you had to buy it at sort of going up B&Q, I suppose. But the cost for the van to be done up and the inside to be done up, the grand total, the van now stands me in £744 and some odd pennies. But not a bad deal. There she is out the front, roof rack on, and there next to her is another boy reg, either going to be broke for scrap or waiting to be done. But that's job done. Thanks for watching. Petethewrist out for now. Hope you enjoyed that. Cheers all.